So we come to the next CS RESHMI winner 2020. No, sorry, I think, yes, 2020, and that was Dr. Deepak Megur, consultant at Megur Care Center and the head of cataract and glaucoma department. Deepak, please.
Thank you, Partha sir, for the opportunity. This is a brilliant idea of yours which you conceived. I need sharing permission, screen sharing permission. Yes, I got it. So thank you for the opportunity, and I will start by sharing my the small film for which it was awarded.
I'm injecting OVD inside the eye. It's the usual amount, but I witnessed something very rare. I could see this posterior capsule rupture happening during OVD injection into the antechamber even before the antecapsule was punctured. Well, I had not seen anything like this in my career. This was weird, and I got hold of 3 more instances of weird spontaneous posterior capsule ruptures happening in polar cataracts. In all these eyes, there is no contact of any instrument with the posterior capsule, but still a posterior capsule tear happened. Now, what caused the posterior capsule tear in all these eyes? There is no direct contact of posterior capsule with any of the instruments. Well, let's try to solve the puzzle. So what is the common link in all these 4 cases, apart from being postipolar cataracts? Well, 3 out of the 4 patients were young, less than 30 years, and 2 out of them were myopes. These characters, young patients and myopic eyes, lead us to the common link, which is scleral rigidity. To be precise, all these eyes had low scleral rigidity. So what's the big deal about this? When we go back and analyze, a raised infusion pressure is the reason why the pathological posterior capsule split wide open. However, similar phenomenon of spontaneous posterior capsule rupture is uncommon in eyes with normal scleral rigidity. In eyes with low scleral rigidity, the sclera can stretch a little bit, which allows more fluid or OVD to accumulate in the eye, which eventually will raise the pressure inside the chamber, and the weak posterior capsule just gives way. So, what can we do in such a scenario? Well, in all eyes with postipolar cataract, apart from all the standard prescribed precautions taken during surgery, one additional precaution needs to be taken. That would be just to decrease the infusion pressure at every stage in the surgery, from the time the OVD is injected into the eyes to the time the side ports are hydrated. In short, we need to be working on a principle of low flow, low pressure surgery. It's a simple philosophy. We tried the same principle of low flow, low pressure surgery in the next 8 consecutive eyes of postipolar cataract in patients younger than 40 years. The moral of the story is short. More is not always good. Traditionally, we are all taught to be so obsessive of maintaining a deep chamber during surgery to avoid surge. We increase the bottle height, use pressurized infusion, use OVDs to pressurize the eye, but we can clearly see that this can be counterproductive in a select group of patients. So in these postipolar cataract patients with low scleral rigidity, I would say less is more. Less infusion, less pressure inside the eye at every stage, and that's the way to go. To conclude, low flow, low pressure surgery reduces the incidence of spontaneous posterior capsule rupture in these vulnerable eyes. So the next time, please do watch the bottle height. Thank you so much.
That was the small glimpse of the film. Let me go back to my presentation. Okay. So what was my research question for this? What was the triggering factor? Well, obviously, I just wanted to ask the question, what was the reason for this spontaneous ruptures in young patients with PCC? Because there is a report which suggests that the incidence is definitely much more higher in younger patients compared to the slightly older patients with postipolar cataract, even after taking all the standard prescribed precautions. And why did I choose the subject? Because obviously I did not know the answer until this case happened. And this case was a triggering factor for me. It happened about in 2017, and I had not seen anything like this. The anterior capsule is still not punctured, and I could see the posterior capsule open in front of me. And this was something extremely new for me. I'd never seen anything being presented by anywhere. So I just had to go back and deep and just into my library. And I could find out, I just found out my videos for the last 10 years and try to search for similar complications. And documenting was the main reason why I could be successful in making this film, because I could get hold of 4 or 5 similar instances or cases of postipolar cataracts in young, and that could be presented and that could be told in a story. And why did you conceive of a video presentation? Well, obviously, when you see things, they are the best evidence one can have of an incident. No matter how much you can write, unless and until it is shown, it really will not be appreciated by the audience. They don't get it at all. So, and luckily for me, I had all of them. Why the abstract, why I did not conceive any other form of presentation? The fact was I did submit as a free paper also. It did not get selected in the same conference. So that was the reason why it did not go into the papers, but it went into the videos, because obviously when the evaluators read the abstract, they would not get the idea, but the evaluators who saw the video probably thought it was worth to transfer, to get into the next round. And why did you conceive a video presentation? Obviously, films are my forte, so that was an easy answer for me. And what are the ingredients in your video to highlight your results? Well, obviously it was easy because documentation was the key. I had the videos which were clear of every event, of all the 5-6 cases which I had. And this was a compelling reason why, the incident could not be overlooked, and also the reason can be analyzed quite well. So having the videos, all the 4 of them, all the 5-6 videos, and which were quite clear, and we could visualize the event very well. That was the reason why I thought this was my single USP for the presentation. So the documentation was the key, I should say. These were rare footages. I wouldn't see any of the spontaneous ruptures in many videos. So what cinematography did you use to create the wow factor? Well, actually nothing. The footage of the incident itself was very clear. It was quite sharp and well focused, and it was self-explanatory. So that was the biggest forte for my video.
6 minutes are up.
So any special effects? Well, obviously I did not use any special effects absolutely, except for the background sound. I used some simple line animation which were just made at home using some regular software. So there's no fancy animation was done. A mentor for this particular project was done because I'm a single practitioner here, but obviously a lot of inspiration has come, and to this I dedicate this video to all my teachers who have inspired me. And one of my teachers or inspiration is here, Dr. Suhas, who has been an inspiring force for me. I always watched his videos with all my eyes and ears open. So I have a lot of the inspiration, it comes from all the teachers. So that was it. And because it's an amateurish video, we all do ourselves. I did have one assistant who could gather all the videos for me. Publication, not yet, it's in the pipeline. So that should be it. Thank you. And I will conclude by saying, as Dr. Partha said, it's just tough to get it to the next round. So winning it is really tough. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Deepak. Excellent. I think all of us remember that capsule opening up. Whoever has seen that video, the capsule opening up because of the viscoelastic, that is that hitting scene. And of course, your music was par excellence, the glass breaking, that sound, but you changed it to the softer tones when you took up the scientific part. And cinematography, of course, you have an excellent video recording system. So over to Dr. Rohit Shetty and to Dr. Krishna Prasad Kudlu for your discussion.
Thank you, Dr. Partha sir. In fact, it's a proud moment for all of us. Always Deepak presents a video. I think any YouTube video, if you want to see a fantastic videos, then first click you will get Deepak only. In memory that, I think he's a member of our Karnataka Ophthalmic Society also, we are having a exclusive video award in his father's name. That is the reason. Video means Karnataka or everywhere in India, Deepak Megur. And the one take home message for me, especially in this presentation, especially when how he is managing that PPC. Probably even it's a learning curve for all of us. How he has showed, I think that gives you more and more messages. Not only this, I think every case he has got such a fantastic video. I think Deepak has to be in front most of the teaching sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, JP. Rohit, for your very, very expert comments. Rohit is one architecture in India who does phenomenal work to all his team. Fantastic, Rohit. Please come.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Deepak, sir, for the wonderful video. More than the video, what I liked is you covered all the points about how to win CS RESHMI Awards. I don't want to waste my time on going through all that part. Beautifully explained about one most important point is which Dr. Asim and Dr. Deepak both said, you don't have to have a fancy production to win a video. You know, you can have your cell phone can capture something, or if you focused it well, you can capture it. So I'm saying this because I always use this line that your mistakes are your best teachers. I'm not saying we have made mistakes, but in the beginning of our submission, maybe 10, 12 years back, we used to spend a lot of stuff on gizmo stuff, on videos with, and then you used to wonder why nobody cares. It's because the concepts are poor, but your gizmo is great. Nobody gives marks for gizmo. Everything is given for the content. And then we started realizing that as we keep making it very focused, and I learned this from Ronaldo once. We were sitting and having dinner, and he said he's been a judge for more than 20 years for all kinds of film festivals. He said nobody likes to look at a complex one. At the end of 7 minutes, you don't know what you looked at. They want to know how I can go back and take it to my practice. And I think Dr. Deepak explained it beautifully, that something which can be used by somebody who's practicing in, say, Dr. Maipal sir, or somebody who's going to practice tomorrow with the new FECO machine. And that, I think, is the essence of CS RESHMI, that can you do that immediately in your practice. So after that, we made a video on just how to reduce pain by soaking a bandage contact lens in an AccuVeil. This video has won ESCRS, APSCRS, and ASCRS, all three in the same year. And then I realized we thought that, you know, making a fancy gene therapy would work. It never worked. So ultimately, we have to remember, whoever is listening, is your video has to be immediately translated to practice. The faster it translates to practice, the better it's the video, and that's the impact. And that is the take-home point of both the thing. The first one was the glass. Tomorrow morning, I can, if I see somebody from the fields, I said, wear a glass, immediate, over. And Dr. Deepak, he explained it beautifully about the bottle height. That's over, that's it. You don't need anything else. And the second point is, for all the winners, past, present, and future, please make sure that you present and publish it. Because Dr. Deepak sir, your video is circulated everywhere, but I'll not be surprised if somebody from Israel just puts up some cases and he publishes it without your knowledge. And it's going to happen. It's happened with us. And at the end of it, nobody gives credit. And videos, however big your video is, I've had people taking my ideas and publishing it because I just put it on AS. I was just short by 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, somebody went retrospectively and he published it, and you lost it. So before you put up any good video on your YouTube, please put it up to publish. And that is one of the major drawbacks of an Indian science today, is we are very good in sharing and we are very poor in recording what we want to share. We don't patent our work. We don't trademark our logos. We don't do anything. We just are in always there's enthusiasm to teach. I'm sure Dr. Suhas Aldipukar says so many things would have been people must have published. This particular paper, sir, you should publish in the next 1 month.
The
And
5 minutes is up.
and I think that's my take home point. Sorry to take up more time, but I feel that it is most important that you publish.
So I think,
Thank you
Partha,
very much for it.
I completely agree with this. I'll also give one example. A movie which won an APCRS, ESCRS, AAO Best of Show, ESCRS. And when we sent it for publication, it went for review. And 2 months later, it got rejected from JCRS. 2 months later, there was a full-fledged publication on the same movie. And then we had to struggle for the next 12 months and get it published, somewhere in not so good journal, but only in a journal which was indexed in the PubMed, so that you feel cheated that you've got so many awards and at the end of the day, it is not seen the day of the publication life. So I think I completely agree with Rohit. Very, very important message.
Really, yes, quite true, quite true.